In honor of Mother's Day, we have some Disney mom hacks for you. And spoiler alert, you don't have to be a mom to use these. This is episode 28. I'm Soraya.
I'm Aurora.
And together we're just your average Disney travelers. Well, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Not to Rory, though. Rory, you should say happy Mother's Day to me.
Happy Mother's Day.
Anyway, so for Mother's Day, we thought we would give a gift to you. So if you're traveling with kids, and you don't have to be a mom, but maybe you're an aunt or a grandma or a friend, anyone traveling with little kids, you can be a dad too, by the way. Replay this on Father's Day.
Yeah, we'll just copy and paste.
Pretend that we said fathers. Okay, so these are some tips that will help just make it. First of all, some of them are things that are going to save you time. Some will save you money. Some will save you sanity. And maybe all of the above. So anyways, yeah. So we've got 15 hacks.
Yes.
All right. So let's start with number one.
So the first one, if you have little kids that have special needs, there is help for you.
And it's anyone that has special needs.
Yes,
too.
anyone
in your
in
group.
general. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are things to help you with.
They have systems in place to help those that do need a little bit of extra help, because the whole goal is to kind of balance it out to where it's a little more fair for everybody. So they have a program called it's DASC, Disability Access Service Card. And in order to be able to use this, you would go to guest relations, which is right at the front of the park, whatever Disney park you're entering. So at Magic Kingdom or in Disneyland, it would be City Hall, and I know at California Adventure it's called Chamber of Commerce, and I don't remember the names of all the other places, but the guest relations is where you're going. Let them know you have special needs, and then they will set you up. Everyone's needs are different, so they'll listen to what your needs are. They'll let you know what's available. They'll explain how it works, but in general, it is just a way for you to be able to enjoy the parks according to the needs that your group has. We have gone with a friend who has a child with special needs, and so we were able to see how that worked, and it worked really well. But I don't like to get into, oh dang, my phone is making noises. Sorry.
How dare it.
I thought I even had it on quiet, but I guess I didn't. Anyways, but I don't like to get into the details of what those are, because sometimes they change. And like I said, it's going to be different based on what your needs are. You can look up, like if you have a specific disability in your family or something that you need special help with, and see what other people's experiences have been for that specific thing. And then it gives you a good idea. But when you get there, go to guest relations and they will take care of you. Another kind of special need is sometimes dietary. And we have actually had that in our family at times, where Rory's big sister for a while had some dietary needs. And so we had some experience with that, and it was really easy. I will say sometimes it takes a little bit more time because they have to do special preparations in some cases, especially if there's a severe allergy. But they're so good at it. They make sure that they do whatever is necessary to keep you safe and healthy. When you get to any restaurant or place to, and this really, the kiosks, this doesn't work as well with, but especially if you're going to a restaurant, ask for their allergy or their dietary menus, and they will let you know what they have available. And if you're at a table service, just let them know that you have special dietary needs, and they'll send a chef to your table, and they will make sure that everything is done according to what you need. So don't hesitate to do that. A big mistake that people have is when they have those situations, they feel like, oh, I don't want to cause make it a big trouble. I don't want to, you make a big deal of this. Don't make that mistake. Use this. They have it in place to help make your experience better, and it will mean the difference. It'll mean 9-day, you can eat, your kids can eat, everyone can eat, and they can eat good food. Don't miss that. Go ahead and take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next hack?
So we've already talked about this, but there are baby care centers and first aid stations
in every park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are great resources. The baby care centers, if you have a little one, a baby or a toddler, plan to use that, especially if your kids have a harder time with distractions and they won't eat if they're distracted or won't fall asleep if they're distracted. that is a really good resource to use. And the first aid centers, hopefully you don't need, but it's good to know that it's there. It's good to know where it is. And it's just nice to know that if you have something come up, if someone falls and scrapes their knee, if someone's not feeling good, take them there first and make sure you get that taken care of, but it's there.
Yeah.
All right, mom hack number 3.
Put contact info on your kids and take a photo.
Yeah, that's another thing we've mentioned before. That just in the event, because there's so many people, when we get back to capacity, right now there's not so many people at Disney, but
Yeah.
but it's still, it's a place with lots of crowds, easy to get separated if you're not extra careful. So take that extra step, make sure contact information is somewhere on your child. And then I liked to just take a picture at the beginning of the day so you knew not just what they look like, but what they were wearing that day. And if something happened, you can go to a cast member and say, this is who's missing. It's what they look like. This is what they were wearing. And it makes it a lot easier to get connected faster. And I always say it, there has not yet been, knock on wood, an abduction at Disney. People aren't going to Disney to take kids, but there is a lot of separation.
A lot of money to.
But there's a lot of separation. There's a lot of times where kids will get lost or, just people get separated. And so that is common. Don't freak out. They're trained for that. They know what to do, and they will help get you and your child back together again. And these things will help make that happen faster.
Yes.
All right, hack number 4.
Know your child's height and the attraction height requirements.
Yeah, because not all of the rides will be able to work for all of the kids based on size. It's not about age. It's totally about a height thing. It's for safety. So measure your kids. Measure your kids on a hard surface. Don't use carpet, because sometimes that squishiness of your carpet might make just the littlest bit of difference. So you want to make sure you're on a hard surface. That's what they'll be measured on at Disney. Measure them in the shoes you think they'll be wearing on your travel days. So that way that's accurate as well. If you're getting new shoes for your kids, make sure that they're worn in beforehand, but it wouldn't hurt if they have a little bit higher, thicker sole.
Oh yeah, because the height requirements are only there for safety reasons. Don't want to.
If they're just on the edge and the type of shoe they're wearing makes the difference, they're probably tall enough. Probably.
Right, probably.
So one thing I told my sister when she was one of her little boys was almost tall enough, and they were just they knew it was coming up, the trip was coming up, and they wanted to make sure he'd be able to ride cars. That was the thing. They were really trying to get him to ride. And I was like, you know what, practice with them, teach him how to stand up straight, and don't even tell him what it's for, because what if he doesn't make it? You don't want him to be super disappointed, but start training him on how to stand super tall against against the wall or against the height measurement, and give him a gold star every time he can get straighter or taller or whatever, and make a game of it so he just learns how to get tall easily and doesn't try to figure it out while he's there. He already knows how to be as tall as he can be and have a better chance of making it. The other tip would be to go on those rides earlier in the day when the kids are not tired yet. If you wait till the afternoon and you want them to be as tall as they can be, they're going to be too tired and they're not going to get tall enough. So if there's rides that are just on the edge and you're really hoping they make it, do that first thing when they've got lots of energy and they're excited and they'll be as tall as they can be, and hopefully they make it on those rides.
Yeah. All
right. Next hack.
Watch videos of attractions before going.
Yeah, we've talked about that a little bit too.
Yeah.
And why would you do that?
Because some rides, the type of ride they are, they might have drops. They might have really sharp turns. They might be really dark. There might be things that aren't your kid won't like.
Yeah, your kid, you know what they're more sensitive to. It could even be like you had mentioned to me before, content even sometimes.
Right,
maybe there's a witch that's scary that they would be more sensitive to than the animal that might be scary to somebody else. Where your kids, some kids are gonna be fine with Haunted Mansion but freak out over at Pinocchio, and then vice versa. So know what your child is more sensitive to, which ones they're more likely to have trouble with, and maybe avoid them, or at least talk to them about it before you go on. Oh, bless you. That was a silent sneeze. And if people are watching, they know you sneezed and I have to say bless you. But if people are listening, they hear me say bless you and they don't know you just sneezed.
I mean, you didn't have to say bless you. They'd know that I sneezed.
But the people, then they would say, look, that mom didn't even say bless you to her daughter that sneezed. your heart stopped for a second. That's why you say bless you. Anyways, okay. So she's still alive. She just sneezed. That's all right. We lived. Okay.
There's a reason why I mastered the art of silent sneezing.
Well, now you have to master the art of doing it invisibly too, because if someone's watching the video and they see you sneeze, they're gonna still know you sneezed.
I can do it where I just be like,
okay. Well, then do that next time. Okay, did we finish that? Did we finish that hackers or more? Was there something else we needed to say with
I think that's good.
Watching the point of view will give you a really good idea of what to expect. I always feel like that's on the edge of do you do it or you don't, because I love to be surprised.
It's depending on the ride. Like there's certain rides you wouldn't want to do it, like Rides of Resistance, or like
you can read up on some of these too. So what you can read and find out if it sounds like it has scary elements, then you might want to watch that one to be sure. If it sounds pretty tame, if people are saying, oh, this is not an issue, then maybe don't, and then let it be an experience.
Yeah, and usually you want, like, if anything, like if you're worried, like if for it to become like spoiled or anything, then like just like kind of like look for like not exactly like maybe videos, but like just kind of like descriptions of what's in the ride.
Oh, okay. So not a point of view video, but another type of video that references
or
and
like
explains.
an article. That's just like,
something that talks about it. So
like there's like a drop here, or maybe not. Like there's just.
Or sometimes they'll just say like how far the drop is. I mean, if it's a 10-foot drop, that's nothing. So things like that. But yeah. So but be familiar with what your kid is sensitive to or is, I don't know, not sensitive to, whatever the opposite of being sensitive to something is. And then be aware of what those attractions, the content is, that you don't throw them on something that traumatizes them for life. Although sometimes they beg to go on the ride that is going to traumatize them, no matter how many times you say, this is a really scary one. Are you sure? And then she doesn't go on the ride again for how many years has it been? Over a decade.
I haven't been.
About a decade. So I think you were 5. So
almost a decade.
Almost a decade.
Though I do want to go on.
You do want to try it. And after 10 years, they'll be willing to try that ride again.
And I know I'm not gonna like it. We're talking about Tower of Terror if you
Tower of Terror traumatized Aurora when she was 5 years old, but she really, really wanted to ride it because she was tall enough.
I don't think you guys really explained the fact that it's not just a drop, it's just straight up your feet
falling.
Like it's just straight. Yeah. And not like
it's hard. It's a hard concept.
And so
understand
like at least you guys should have at least taken me on Splash Mountain before that. I mean, come on.
If you had gone on Splash Mountain first, you would have liked it.
Yeah,
but after Tower of Terror, you didn't like it.
I don't like drops now. Like, I mean, now I'm getting more used to it. And like,
so some of these are hacks that we learn because we did it the right way, and some of them we learn because we did it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, anyways, okay. As you can see,
and
a decade later, they're still getting over it.
Sometimes you just can't let your kid. Like, you have to
put your foot down and say no.
Yeah, you aren't ready.
This is not the kind of fun you're ready to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, your kid. Some are ready, some aren't, and some can get over it quicker than others. Okay,
this is just an attack.
No, it's not. It's not. To be fair, you had to say you were not tall enough for so many things that you finally found something that you were tall enough that was a big kid ride, and that's all you cared about. You just wanted to do it because you couldn't do so many
How
others.
is that the ride I would be tall enough for though?
Like, because in actuality, it's not as dangerous,
because they strap you down to this thing.
Well, like, and it was right next to Rock and Roller Coaster where it goes upside down, so I mean, you weren't tall enough for that. You weren't tall enough for Everest. Anyways, so all right, we need to move on. Next hack.
Okay.
Which one are we on?
Number 5. Coach kids on meeting characters.
Oh yeah. So like, what kinds of things would we mean by that?
Like how to interact with them, like what to expect, like how like some characters they can't actually speak like back, but they'll like use their hand gestures and you kind of have to guess what they mean.
Just so that they know what to expect. And then also it's fun to then whether they're characters that can talk back to you. That sounds talk with you. Engage with you vocally.
There would be there's some
characters.
Some characters.
Anyways, whether it's someone that can respond to you or a character that can actually respond verbally to you or not, suggesting things that you can say to them or questions you can ask them or things you can do with them. So like, for instance, right now you can't do any of these things really, but say when this pandemic is over and you're meeting Pluto, he loves to get scratched behind the ears. Give him a good scratch. All dogs love that. Just like that. And he'll go like crazy. And Goofy and Max, any of the dogs, Doug, anytime you meet a dog, give him a good scratch behind his ear. He loves it.
Said a duck and I got really confused.
Doug, don't scratch Donald behind his ear. He will not like that.
Does he even have ears?
I don't know, but I don't think he would like it.
Probably not.
But like you can if you want to get him a little riled up, ask Donald like what he thinks of Mickey Mouse, and he'll say or show him your Mickey Mouse shirt or something and tell him how much you love Mickey Mouse, and that'll get him riled up.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, so you can ask them things about their movies that they're in, or about other characters that are in their movies, like whether they're siblings or whatever they are, family members, or you can ask them things. And if they can talk, they'll verbally answer. And if they can't, then they'll give you
physically
some other kind of communication answer. So any other what tips you would give or information about that? Apparently not.
No.
Okay. All right. But anyways, talk to your kids ahead of time, and that will make those character experiences a little bit more fun. But then let it be authentic. Go ahead and let them have fun.
But also, especially if they're kids who don't like talking to people they don't know, then you definitely want to help them come up with questions.
Otherwise, they're just going to stand there awkwardly, and they really do want to meet the character and they want to get a picture or maybe even a hug, but they don't know what to do. And so if you give them a little coaching, then that helps it they know how to break the ice. And it'll
I can use some of that because literally all you just said was just me.
Okay, the next time we go,
bears, I was watching the people fall from Splash Mountain, and I don't remember who it was.
One of the characters?
Yeah, one of the bears, just kind of came up behind me and pat me on the shoulder. I was like, hi, and I was just like, what?
Oh, probably like Kenai or somebody from Brother Bear?
Yeah, but not him.
Oh, okay.
I know. Actually, maybe I don't know anyone.
Anyways, so
but I was just like,
you didn't know how to respond.
Yeah, I was just like, hi, and he kind of left pretty quick because just to say hi, and I was just like, okay. I'm so glad that conversation did not go longer because that would have been a mess.
Anyway, so that's a fun tip to make it a little bit more of a fun experience.
Yeah.
You get better interactions that way. Your kids will have a better time with it. They won't feel as awkward. They'll just have positive experiences.
Yes. And continuing on with the character stuff, be creative and fun about character autographs.
Yeah, so we started out doing character books. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people do. That was before your time.
Yeah.
It was a character, not character book, autograph book.
Yeah.
And that was the first way we went. We did autograph books, and that's what you'll see most people have, autograph books. Not a bad idea, except we did nothing with our autograph book. I don't even know if Acadia ever looked at the autograph book ever after we got home. It was kind of like, why did we just do that? So the next time I thought, I'm going to get smarter.
Yeah. So basically, I hope this is probably my first time. Okay. Basically, we have a photo album book, one for each, both me and my sister. We had our own. And so when we have we'll have a index, a big index.
Yeah,
it's not really index.
I just cut out pieces of cardstock that were the picture size, so 4x6.
And then in the photo album, you just slide it right next to the photo of the character.
So I had a stack of these white pages that were cut to 4x6, and I had them on a little 5x7 note clipboard. Yeah. So it was nice and firm to sign on. And so when we would meet a character, they would sign a new paper, and then we'd put it away to get put in this autograph or this photo album, and then the photo we took with that character would go with the autograph. Yeah, that was a step up from our autograph book, because you did look at yours a lot. You still have it.
Yeah, and I still do look at them,
and that's fun, and that's been a good option. So And then also then, once you've got one autograph, the next time, even if you want to meet the character again, you don't have to get the autograph. So just take the picture, get a hug, do some interaction. You don't need a signature every time. Another one we did that we thought was fun is we took some books that had, and we had some princess books.
Oh,
do you remember those?
That.
So
do we still have those?
I'm sure we do. Right, we can look later, but not during the podcast. Anyways, we had some character like princess storybooks.
Yeah.
Just the small thin ones, because anything heavy, you're gonna have to carry it with you. So you don't want anything too big. You could do it. Make dad carry it. Yeah. It's Mother's Day. Make the dad carry it. And
they're also pretty thin.
Yeah. Anyway, so take a book that has whatever characters you want in, and you can get one that has like all the characters. Like I said, make dad carry it. He can do it. Anyways, and then when you meet the character, have them sign the book.
Yeah.
And then when you're reading your stories at home, bedtime, story time, whatever, you've got autographs to go with that story of that character. And so that's a fun one.
Yeah.
What's the one that we like that your cousins did? Do you remember?
Something about a picture.
Yeah. So they have a mat, like a picture frame mat, just the mat part that they took with them. And
what do you mean by mat?
So when you have a picture frame and it has the mat before you get to the picture, people at home will know. Moms that are listening know.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's a mat around the picture in the frame.
Annoying.
Okay, well,
usually
they took one that was like white, or maybe it was off-white, I don't know, but they went and they had all the characters sign around the mat. Yeah, and then they took one of their favorite family photos, like in front of the castle from that trip, and put it in the mat, put it in a frame. It's on their wall. And now they have,
that's brilliant.
Yeah. And now they've got the characters' signatures all around their family photo. And I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. And there's one time they also did a pillowcase.
And that's something else a lot of people will do.
That's a very common one.
They'll do pillowcases or maybe t-shirts, and you just take fabric pens.
A t-shirt.
Yep. So you can have them sign anything like that. But anyways, so be creative. Don't just automatically go to the autograph book like everyone does, because realistically, think about it, be smart. How are we going to use this? Is it really worth the time and effort? If it's not going to really be something that you ever see or care about afterwards. So if you do want to get autographs, think of how you would be able to actually enjoy them later. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Have a souvenir plan.
This could be a lot of things.
Yes.
And some people need it more than others. And it will evolve sometimes. If you go multiple times, you might see your plan changing. So when we first went, when we first had, the kids were younger, our budget was tighter. Our souvenir plan was really to buy our souvenirs before we left. They didn't know it. And I put it in a suitcase they weren't seeing. And then that way, during the trip or even during the flight or whenever, I could pull out things that were souvenirs.
I remember that. You gave me the Cinderella little game kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I remember liking that a lot.
So it could be plushes, it could be t-shirts, it could be blankets, it could be anything, toys, anything that is themed to the characters they like or whatever. And then that way, those are their souvenirs. It'll save you money, and you can kind of give it to them throughout the trip or however you want to do it. And hopefully then avoid too much of that, because it's hard. They have so many things that are attractive to kids and they want to have them. And, even if you're not going into the stores, even just walking down the main street or going by the stores, they can see in the windows sometimes, and the kids want them, or they'll see other kids in the park with things. And so have something new to give to your kids. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Another souvenir plan might be to give them a spending limit, especially as they get older and they understand what money is.
Yeah.
You can say, okay, you have $30 and you can get anything, you have $30 to spend. And so make sure that what you want, you don't spend it and then want something more later. You have to, is this what you want to spend with your $30?
Right, yeah. And especially with the older kids, kind of ask how much would you actually use this?
Realistically, where are you going to keep it?
Because when I was younger, I wouldn't think about that.
Sure.
And I often almost with anything, no matter even if I still love it, whether it's an actual thing or it just whatever, forever, I'll stop using it, thinking about it. This goes for almost literally everything, and it can last anywhere from a week to months. And so my interest in the thing, and so I had to quickly learned would I actually use this? What was the likelihood of me losing interest?
Yeah. To help you make a better decision.
And also, if I do lose interest, one, like, will I ever come back to it, and like how much would I still use it? And basically it's just like, and like I learned that pretty quick, I feel like, for most kids, because like, I mean, I've been doing that for several years.
You've been really good at that. Yeah. Really good. So have a plan. It could be, you've always been pretty responsible with that.
Yeah, with money, which is kind of weird.
So she has more money than we do. We're gonna stop making you pay for these trips.
No.
Anyways, so it could be that. It could be that they just get to pick one item, or maybe it's just you wait and you just tell them we're gonna go shopping on the last day, and so don't even ask until then. Whatever your plan is,
a certain amount of money,
right? Yeah. It could even be that they have to earn their souvenir throughout the trip. So by asking for the souvenir, it decreases what their level of what they can get is, and so that can encourage good behavior throughout the week.
Or like before going on a trip, kind of like have them like kind of like earn like money to spend on
doing extra chores or something go towards your spending money at Disney.
Yeah, and so then like they
lots of different ways
they work for being able to have more money towards souvenirs.
There's so many different ways you can do it. My sister has mentioned when she's been on that she has a mom's magic bag, and that's kind of along the lines of having your souvenirs beforehand, where she has things that distract them, and that could be for lots of things. That could be helping with waiting times, but it also can help distract them when they're seeing something that they would like to have that another kid just got at the store. They have something else. Oh, mom's got something for you too. And really honestly, they don't even care if it's the same thing usually, as long as it's got a Mickey sticker on it. They're happy,
or just anything,
right?
Really.
Yeah. So, anyways, have a
like
souvenir plan.
New stuff.
Yeah, kids like things.
Not even kids, just teenagers, anyone.
You're a kid.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just anyone.
That's
Generally,
true.
Adults.
I like stuff too.
Yeah,
you're right.
Getting new stuff. Okay. I get excited for new clothes.
True.
Like if it's new, I like it. So next thing, number 9, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Yeah, here's your Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique hack.
Do it yourself.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. How many times can you say it fast? Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I can't do it either. Okay.
I give up. I give up after the first time.
All right. What did you say?
Do it yourself.
Yeah, do it as much as you can for yourself. So first of all, you don't necessarily have to do the makeover yourself, but at least take your own dress, because they're so expensive there. So expensive there. So bring your own dress. You can get it from Disney store and still have an official Disney dress for less, or better yet, find another way to get the same dress. Sometimes you can find them less elsewhere.
Yeah. Or like, maybe people would sell them like eBay, or maybe like they'll make their own if they are able to do that, like Etsy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of do some shopping around, but you don't have to just get the dresses there. They're so expensive. If you know how to do some makeup and hair, do it yourself. I have to be honest. So we used to do hair. Like I used to do her hair every day at school. Like big time. We did some fun stuff.
Spend like 30 minutes on a stool before school every day.
Yeah.
Every week.
And so I know how to, braid hair, do some good buns, do some really kind of fancy looking ones and stuff. And so when we went to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, we did do the hack of bringing your own dress. We did spend the money of them doing the makeover. And first, when I took you the first time, they let her pick all the colors. Her eyeshadow, her blush, her lipstick, all of that, her nail polish. And her favorite color is pink. So guess what? Every single thing was.
That was so bad.
Cheeks, lips, fingers, that would have been fine. But the eyes, that was too much.
I don't know why.
I should have stepped up and said purple or blue or anything but pink. But
okay, maybe not purple if everything else was pink.
I mean, anything but pink at this point. But anyhow, so first of all, you can do it yourself better. Trust me. And then like put a little bit of glitter powder on her cheeks or something if she really wants it fancy. But the big thing is the hair, it was so tight and so it wasn't super pretty. And I was like, man, I could have done a really prettier hairstyle.
Oh yeah.
Now to be fair,
ballerina.
Yeah, it was like a ballerina bun, but I could have done that with even prettier. And it was sparkles, and you can do that. You can buy the hairspray with glitter or stuff.
They have like a little crown.
And they did have a tiara, but you could have brought your own tiara and done it yourself. I mean, all of these things you could have done yourself. And now to be fair, it's like shellacked on your head. Like that bun did not move for days. And so you could swim in that bun. I mean, like you could do anything and it didn't. So going on the rides didn't phase it, all of that. And so mine probably wouldn't have lasted for days, but it certainly would have lasted for a day because I knew some really good tight ones that were still pretty, and with a bunch of hairspray, it wouldn't go anywhere. So if you're at all inclined to do hair, look up some YouTube videos on some styles that you like, maybe that go with the specific princess that she wants to be, but learn how to, you can even practice whatever, but do it ahead of time and be familiar and do it yourself and save yourself the money. But if you do want to have the experience, totally fine. They're great.
Just
If
at
they
least
let you
get
choose,
dressed.
if they let you choose the colors, don't let them do all pink. I don't know if they even let you do that anymore because the next time we did a makeover, it was a different location.
Yeah, it was
they
different.
didn't give you all those options. But in any
Thank
case,
goodness.
even if you do your makeup or makeover and hair there, bring your dress.
Yeah.
Save yourself half the cost.
Yeah, we would often just be in a hotel room, put me in a dress.
Yeah,
make
lots
my
of
hair
times.
Fancy.
Lots
And
of
I'm
times.
glad I don't have to do that anymore.
You say that, and now I'm going to make you do that. No, you can't because you're too old to dress up at Disneyland. Dang it. Halloween. We'll go for Halloween, and I won't make you be a princess.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be a prince.
Prince. be a pirate or be a Mandalorian or okay.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Know your places where the kids can run and play.
Yeah, let's know where they can just get some energy out.
Yes.
Where do you suggest?
Redwood Creek.
Redwood Creek?
Redwood Creek.
Yeah, the Redwood Creek Challenge.
Adventure. That is a very fun place.
Zip lining and ropes to climb.
I'm actually kind of sad that I'm
kind of
basically too old for it now.
You can't do the zip line, but if we
that
had
was like one of the best
I know
things.
that was you're too old for the zip line period, but if you were there with like your younger cousins or somebody that was younger, you could get away with still going in there and playing because I don't think they had an age limit on like climbing on the ropes and things like that.
Yeah, because there's a little area to climb, like do a little bit of rock climbing. There's like a little place, that kind of thing. Then there's the ropes, like they have like this huge setup where it's like the bridges and just ropes and
just lots of fun,
really fun.
Lots of fun, and they do have stuff for littler kids that are all on the ground too, but it's just a really fun place to let kids play, get some wiggles out. What other areas?
There's probably other
so like the Pirates Lair on Tom Sawyer Island is a good one.
Then there's also like certain rides, specifically at Disney World, you see them more, like Dumbo, like there's like like in the queue, like if the line is long, which for those rides it usually is, so that's why they have it. Basically for Dumbo, for example, they'll give you like this buzzer kind of thing, and so then you'll go to this like tent, like a circus styles tent, and then there's this big playground for kids
indoor in the air conditioning.
Yes. And so then once it's
with seats all around the sides that parents can sit,
and then
brilliant.
And then once it's your time to go, your buzzer will go off, and so then you'll just go grab your kid and then you'll go on the ride.
It's perfect. Now during COVID, I don't think they've had that play area open. I don't know when that's going to. It might even have already, and I just didn't hear about it, but I don't think it's been open so far during the pandemic, but it'll come back eventually. And that is a great one to go to. So let them run and play while they're waiting for Dumbo. And some of the other queues have activities. They're not quite the same. You don't have like a little playground, but
like Winnie the Pooh has the drawing on
again, which is not open during COVID because it's a lot of
Space
touching
Mountain
things.
has, at least they used to, I don't remember if they still do, but where it's kind of like video games where you have buttons and you press. I remember when I first went, I loved pressing the buttons.
Pushing all the buttons.
And so we have it on video where I'm just pressing and the line is way ahead. But I just want to press buttons. My dad's just telling me, come on, you can go. There's more buttons. And I just...
There's more things to do down the line.
Yeah, like you can do more if you just
keep
go
walking.
Ahead. And I'm just like pressing every single button as I walk.
Yeah.
The 5-year-old me reaching up.
Yeah. Anyway, so there are some fun things that you can do,
more chill,
especially over at Disney World.
Yeah, Disney World.
Also, back at Disneyland, Toontown is a fun place for kids to just get energy out. There's lots of play areas in there, and also everything is meant to be touched and pulled and jumped on and all of that. And so, again, during COVID, all of these touching things, not so much right now, but it will come back. And when it comes back, those are great places to let kids get some energy out.
Yes.
What's next?
This kind of goes with Toontown. I don't know if it says be at Toontown entrance when it opens.
Oh yeah, this is a great mom hack. Okay. The reason why this is a mom hack is because it's gonna make you awesome. Everyone's gonna be like, wow, how did you know to do this? you can just say the average Disney travelers told me to. So go.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Do you remember when we did? So
no, I have
go
a
to
terrible memory.
Toontown right before it opens, and be there when it opens, because Toontown opens about an hour. So this is at Disneyland, an hour after the park opens. And when it opens, they don't just open the gates and you can go in. No, the characters come to the gate and they open the gate and they visit with you, and then they take your kids by their hands and walk them into Toontown to their area. Do you remember this?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to put a picture up. So if you're not watching on YouTube, you have to go look at our Instagram or our
was this
Facebook.
Like my first time?
No, this is when Katie was in the band.
Okay, so I was like 9, 10.
Yeah, and Aunt Debbie was with us.
Wait, no, it wouldn't be 9, 10. I'd be like, wait, yes.
Yeah, around 10. Yeah. So it wasn't that long. I mean, it was 5 years ago, but okay. So
I have no recollection of this whatsoever.
When you see the photos, you will. So anyways,
Probably.
Daisy Duck grabs their hands, and because I think Molly was probably with us. Yeah, she must have been with us, her cousin. And so she walked them back to where Daisy takes pictures with her friends. And there was nobody else but us with her and this cast member that was with her. And the cast member was taking our photos. And at one point we said, okay, girls only, because we had Dad and Uncle Lucas was with it. We're like, okay, boys, get out. We want a picture with Daisy, just girls only. Well, the cast member that was helping us was a girl. So she puts it all on selfie mode, turns around, takes a picture with her and us in the background with Daisy. And to this day, one of my favorite character pictures. It was a spur of the moment. She's like, I'm one of the girls too. And so she got in our photo with us. I loved it. Anyway, so Toontown, be there before it opens. There are not a lot of people there. There'll be just a few families, and the characters will come. They'll interact with your kids, and then each one will take a kid or two by the hand and walk them to wherever it is. Minnie will go to her house. Mickey will go to his house. Goofy will go to his. So they all go to their place, and they start taking pictures of them. Daisy? Yeah. Daisy didn't. She was kind of next to Mickey's house, between Mickey's house and Chippendale's tree house.
So she does?
She didn't have a house. It was just a spot, and that's where she took photos.
Sad.
Donald has a boat.
Yeah.
I don't think Daisy, I think is one of the things, like, maybe, I don't think the food was named after her. There might be something named after her, Daisy, in the Toontown. I'd have to go look at the list. Huh. But she does not have a location necessarily.
She should get a location.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
She deserves it. It was a lot of fun. So anyways, that's a tip. Do that. It'll be fun. Lots of memories. If your kids are little, don't miss it.
Yes.
They don't have this at Disney World. Disney World does not have a Toontown anymore. Sad story. They used to, but got to go to Disneyland for that one.
Let's see. We're like halfway. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not.
And good, because we're way over time.
No, it's just like one of them has like 7 bullet points.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
12. Number 12.
Share treats.
Yeah. So don't say no to treats. Say yes to treats. Have treats, but share them.
Yes.
Share them. It saves money, and also it makes it so you're not giving your kids tons of sugar, and you get to try more things.
Yes. So like if you get like a churro and you have 2 kids, you can give them. So then
you could split a churro between 3 or 4 people.
Well, yeah.
And then go get another churro, a different flavor, and now you've had 2 different flavors.
Yeah, and then you can give them the false sense of security that they have more treats. Yeah, but in reality, they have kind of basically the same amount.
Yeah, be fun. Have the treats. Just share them.
Yeah.
Then everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Celebrate. Get them buttons.
Yeah, there's lots of buttons. So the buttons are they don't have as many as they used to, but there's birthday buttons, there's anniversary buttons, there's like romantic, like wedding, happily ever after buttons. They also have just celebrate buttons. Get the just celebrate something. Did they keep their room clean for a week? Did they get a on the spelling test or whatever? Let them celebrate little things, because especially if you don't
celebrate going to Disneyland.
It could be. World. They do have first trip buttons too.
I would totally just get a button and just be like, I'm at
Disney. I'm celebrating. I'm at Disney. Yeah. Well, and especially if you don't go very often, totally make it special. Make it special. Celebrate. Yeah. It's fun. And you probably won't get fast passes for something like that, but it's still fun. And I guarantee you cast members will notice and they will say, hey, good job, buddy.
Especially if it's like a birthday button.
Oh yeah, birthdays. They do.
Birthday buttons. And we've stretched it. I've once worn we went
Like truth bless you. See, there was another that wasn't as silent as the first one. So
I don't know if you noticed, but I was sensing it, and I didn't
I
know
could
when it was
tell.
gonna happen. I was
You're
like bracing.
anticipating.
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause,
so
like,
so
but, like,
when
I
go
went
ahead.
to wear it like a week or two after.
Yeah,
my
we went a couple
birthday,
weeks after your
and yeah,
birthday.
and they don't know, so like I got a fast pass, I think.
Well, it was and
Oh,
the
no,
thing
I'm
was
thinking
is
of- I'm
it
thinking of
was
something
part of
else.
it was
Okay.
kind of like, hey, we're gonna celebrate your birthday at Disney in a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
You
she
can
wore her
you can
button.
stretch your
button and
birthday.
do it.
I mean, heck, our birthday parties usually are a week off anyways.
That's true too.
Just say your birthday party's just a week off.
Yep. It doesn't have to be that it is your birthday. You're celebrating your birthday.
Yeah, you're celebrating your birthday.
All right. Next one. Because we are way over time. This is gonna be one of
You
our
can-
longest ones
You can
yet.
celebrate your birthday any time of the year.
Just remember, if it's not your birthday, it's your unbirthday.
Yeah.
Have a
see?
very merry unbirthday.
They should make that a button.
Okay, they should.
Places you should know that there's some places that are quiet and relaxing.
Okay, there's a lot of places that you can go that are quiet and relaxing, and this is important for moms to know, especially if you have kids that have a harder time going to sleep when there's distractions, or eating when there's distractions,
Or they overstim, it's
just
overstimulant, like with the noises,
and they just need to chill for
Yeah.
just a few minutes. So some places to go. Do you want to start or
Sure. Main Street Cinema. Should we just go through these?
Sure.
Because we're running out.
So
of
Main
time.
Street Cinema, yeah, it's quiet and air conditioned.
Disneyland Opera House.
Also air conditioned, quiet.
Path Behind
Yeah, the pathway
Harbor
behind Harbor Galley, which is a little seafood place, but it's right along the Rivers of America near where you're getting to Splash Mountain. But not very many people notice even that right behind there is this little pathway that wanders. And this is where Debbie and Lucas got engaged. But it's usually pretty quiet over there. So if you just need to step away from a little bit of noise and bounce a baby or something for a minute, give them a little quiet time.
Yeah.
Go over there.
Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah, on Tom Sawyer Island.
Shaded. Former motorboat cruise dock between Matterhorn and Small World.
Okay, yeah. So there used to be it used to be for that loading dock right there. It then turned into a smoking area, but now that's not in the parks anymore either. So it's now just a spot that most people don't even think of. It's just a little bit off the path. It's just off to the side, and it's usually fairly quiet. And so that's a good spot if you need to just duck away.
We need to go faster.
Okay.
Grizzly River Run pathways.
Yeah, so behind the Grizzly River Run, there's trails that goes along with the waterfall. It's really pretty and relaxing and not very crowded.
Yep. Redwood Creek.
Creek, you were having a hard time with that word.
Creek Challenge.
Okay, I know we just said that was a fun place to run and play. It is, but it's also a shady area, and if you're not right by all the play structures, it's a little bit quieter. So there's lots of paths.
Disney Animation Building.
And that's fun. It's air conditioned. It's inside. It's a little darker. It's not super quiet, but they have the movies going, and so
it has more of a chill vibe.
It's a chill vibe, yeah.
I don't know how to say that.
Sonoma Terrace, which is right next to the Wine Cruncher Trattoria restaurant in California Adventure Park.
Okay. Yeah. Underneath Silly Symphony Swings.
Yep. So if you go underneath that, there's a bench that's covered, so it's shaded and it's looking right over the water. So that's a nice little spot to sit.
The Grand Californian Hobby.
No, not lobby. Yeah. So if you're not in the parks, say you're downtown Disney, head over to Grand Californian and sit in the lobby. And they often will have someone playing the piano. Just sit in the comfy chairs and relax there. It's really nice.
Your fancy handwriting is confusing me.
Sorry. And then the other place out of the parks would be over at Disney's Disneyland Hotel. The lawns are really nice, and they have some gazebos that it's just really pretty and quiet and not crowded. So you could always just duck away there.
And Disneyland Hotel.
I just said that.
You did?
Yeah. Oh, with the gazebo and the grass and all that. Yeah. That's okay. Okay. So our 15th hack.
Are you gonna let me say this
Yes.
one? Be flexible and go slow.
Yeah. I mean, really just don't expect to do too much. Make sure that you're just enjoying the moments. Yep. Let the spontaneous and magical things happen. Let it be. If you see your kids interested in something, don't insist on rushing to the next ride or something, make sure to let them have that, because sometimes those are the most magical times.
There's been times when I was younger, like we'll just stop because like cast members will have bubbles, and you just stop and watch me play with the bubbles.
Yep, and you sit there and go, we could have spent $1 on bubbles at the dollar store and done this at home, but that's okay.
We have that also on video.
Yeah. but you know, if they're enjoying the music, if they're enjoying seeing, you know, it doesn't even matter what it is. If they want to follow the ducks, you know.
Heck, the Mister at Tomorrowland and Disney World, I don't know why, but that fascinated me because there's like a bright light at the top.
And you just like to look at the light.
Yeah, I was like trying to figure out, I was like, oh, well, what is that?
But yeah, let them enjoy those moments. Even if it's not what's on your schedule, what's on your plan, don't worry about that. Just enjoy. Let the kids have that. Those are often what end up being some of your favorite memories and some of their favorite memories.
Yes.
So, anyways, all right. So those are 15 Disney mom hacks, and mom meaning everyone that's going with kids. Some of these are good hacks, whether you have kids or not.
Hacks for just kids, just
mostly
you're bringing kids.
Yep. So to make it a little bit easier, happy Mother's Day to you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. Have a great day. Enjoy your time with your family, and we'll see you next week.
See you.